Welcome and welcome to the present. Yes. Strike a like on the video. You're joining me for the first time, or you're seeing my channel for the first time. Consider subscribing. Make sure you strike the like button. It doesn't hurt you. Strike the like button. I appreciate that. Subscribe here to subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Very important. Shout out to Mr. Ozimoto. Good morning and good morning to you all. How are we doing today? It should be a fantastic stream today. Hopefully, we make it interactive and we enjoy the stream. So, where are we starting from? We are going to start from the preview Brighton against Arsenal. Let me put it on the yes, Brighton versus Arsenal. So, what are we expecting? I'm expecting a relatively difficult game. We know Brighton. We know what they're going to do. They're going to come out and play, press us high. They're going to be super aggressive. They are going to make sure they restrict us from playing our football. We've had a few difficult results to make it palatable against Brighton. And let's be fair, Brighton this season are not the same Brighton of last season. They've dropped off a little bit. They're not as aggressive as they've been. They are not getting the result they used to get last season. Yeah, because they've lost a few players and through injuries. We know Maitoma is out for the season. He also just came back. Joao Pedro came back in their last match. He's still looking a bit rusty. But Brighton will give us a game at Brighton. We know what's at stake. The title race is at stake. We cannot afford not to take Brighton seriously. The only way I feel we might actually drop point is if we take the foot off the pedal, or we take Brighton and we look at them and say that they are a small team. Yes, in context to the quality of players, to the manager, Brighton is a small team and a brand of the club. But when you go and play on a game day, you cannot afford silly mistakes. You cannot take your eyes off the ball. You can't begin to be complacent. We cannot afford that. We saw Liverpool yesterday make light of Sheffield United, right? We know Man City are going to do the same thing to their opponent. We cannot afford a slip up against Brighton. Brighton are not the best team, but they are a tricky team. They are a very, very tricky team. We have to take them seriously. So if you look at the last 5 games of Brighton, they've just had one victory. They've had 2 draws, 2 losses. In comparison to us, we have 4 wins, 1 draw. Look at the league table right here. Brighton are 9th on the league table. They've had 11 wins, 10 draws, 9 losses. They're not having the greatest season in Brighton. But a lot of people try to superimpose what they did last season. Now, they did a great thing last season, right? They were playing fantastic football. They were getting shock results. But this season, they've tailed off a little bit. They are not as strong as a lot of people are making them to be. But look at Arsenal. We've played 30 games, 21 victories, 5 draws, 4 losses, 68 points, 48 goal difference. Arsenal is a super team. Arsenal are competing at the upper echelon of the table. Arsenal are trying to win the league. So we have to make sure we do not allow Brighton be that banana sleep. Let me read this chat from Oximoto. Shout out to you. Last year, we beat them at their home ground. Then they beat us at the Emirates towards the end of the season. I think, we beat them at their home ground. And that Martinelli fantastic break, that fantastic pass from Odegaard, I remember that game. And we tailed off because they beat us at the Emirates because I think that was time that we actually succumbed to the fact that we're not going to win the league. We lost to Southampton. I think we had lost to Southampton. We actually drew with West Ham and drew that game against Liverpool, and the morale was down. But this time, the contest is different. The contest is different. We're in a title race. We have a better team. Our defensive setup, for me, gives me so much encouragement. Defensively, we are the best. Eye test, we are the best. Statistically, we are the best. We are not conceding goals. We are not even conceding chances. That gives me excitement. If you look at the corresponding fixture this year, when Brighton came to the Emirates, remember what their manager said? He said we're the best team. We are more aggressive. The way we stifle things. We do not even give you chances. And I like that about Arsenal. A lot of people might call it boring, especially the detractors, especially the English pundits, which are full of bias, Liverpool and Manchester United fans. Oh, Arsenal can be boring, but Arsenal is the most exciting team when we have the chance. But when it comes to the business end of the season, we are not here to entertain you. There is a target. We want to win the league, and that's what the target. For me, if you can score 1 or 2 or 3 goals quickly and do what you do against Luton, make it a professional game. Tire Brighton out. make them chase and chase while we take it easy and control the game. I like the way we're playing games this season. We are for control. We're not going to do what Chelsea. I'm sure you guys enjoyed the clown fest yesterday between Chelsea and Manchester United, where there's absolutely no control, total chaos football. We are not going to indulge in chaos football. Control the game, control the tempo, control the reading, and get the 3 points for me. So that's what's most important. We have to make sure we do not encourage Brighton in any shape or form. Do not take it. See, it's very important we don't concede the first goal too. And I like the fact that in most of our games these days, you don't actually concede goals. It's very imperative. Do not concede the first goal. If you don't concede the first goal and we score the first goal, then they will come out more. We know Brighton can't defend. Yes, they had a clean sheet against Brentford. That's their anomaly. Most of the time, Brighton cannot defend for their life. They are going to concede goals. They are leaky at the back. So we know that, and we know Brighton cannot play a defensive masterclass. That's not their style. That's not their pattern. They will come out and they will make it a little easy for us in terms of they won't be compact because they are an attacking-minded team. But we need to take advantage of that. That's where the starting 11 will be very, very critical for this game. Do you expect the same lineup as Luton, rescue players for Bayern? I expect us to go full throttle. I expect us to go play close to our first 11. I expect Saka to be fit, even though I also said of Mikel Arteta's press conference, him saying he doesn't know that Saka is going to be fit. You have to do the training session. We know the generic answer of Mikel Arteta by this time. You know how he does the press conference. He doesn't like to give anything away to his opponent. So I expect Saka to be fit. I expect Martinelli to come back to the team. I expect to go a bit stronger. I know we are playing Champions League on Wednesday, but we are still staying in England. We're not traveling. So I expect us to give the players that were rested, quote unquote rested against Luton. I expect them to come back to Martinelli to start the game. Maybe Jesus coming for Kai. Maybe Kai will take a rest. I expect Partey to start this game alongside Declan Rice and other guy in the midfield. The usual suspect at the back, Saliba and Gabriel centre halves. Now, when it comes to the left back, I expect to see Tomiyasu to get some game time because he needs some rhythm to his game. Then at right back, we know usual suspect Ben White. And the goalkeeper, we know by now, we know the undoubted number one is going to be Raya. So resting players for Bayern, I understand that, but at this stage and at this time when Arsenal is competing at the upper echelon, players to get used to playing every 3 days, playing Champions League and playing the league. Top players are expected. When people are saying Osaka is world class, Martinelli is world class, which I don't totally subscribe to. I think they're top class players at this moment. But even top class players, you need to have the habit of playing every 3 days. You can't be quote unquote world class or top class player and you want to be rested. You have to have the physicality, the availability, the durability to play every 3 days. Ronaldo, Messi, those upper echelon players, they play every game. They play 60 games in a footballing calendar year. So if you want to be at that level, you want to be mentioned among those people, you have to be able to play those kind of games. Availability is key. Durability is key. You can't be world class and be playing one game and be resting. That doesn't make sense, in my opinion. So I expect us to field our strongest 11 against Brighton. Because Brighton, I see a tricky team, dispatch them. They can make a few changes. I expect Fabio Vieira, he needs game time to come in, and expect him to get some game time. I expect Smith Rowe to come in and get some game time. So it should be an interesting match. I'm not overly afraid of Brighton because of what I've seen from Arsenal this season. I love our defensive solidity. It's one of the best in the. Apart from statistics, if you watch it, we Arsenal defend off the ball, we don't give you a sniff. We are not going to give you any sniff. So I love the fact that our players know how to do that, and I expect us to go with our strongest 11. Then Bayern will take care of itself. Bayern is on Wednesday. Come on, if you play on Saturday, you have Sunday, rest day, and recovery. Then Monday, Tuesday, matches on Wednesday. That's enough time for players to get their rest in and to play Bayern. So playing our full strength squad against Brighton on a Saturday evening should not be harmful to the durability, the physicality of our players. Touch wood, no injuries. The only person that is not yet back into the full scheme of things is Timber because he had that ACL injury, so it takes more time for him to recover. So I expect a full throttle of our players. I expect to score a few goals against Brighton. Let me see this one real quick. If you look at Brighton's key player, Pascal, I think it's Pascal Gross. So yeah, 4 goals, 10 assists. He's a key player. Then our key player in our midfield, we have Martin Odegaard, 7 goals, 6 assists. Now, sometimes the statistics doesn't even do justice to the quality of what Odegaard actually presents in our team. Odegaard has been phenomenal. I know he had a slow start at the beginning of the season, and it seemed that he was carrying something. But for the last since the turn of the year, Odegaard has been fantastic. Even defensively, he has been fantastic. Offensively, he has been out of this world. Even though people like to compare him with De Bruyne, I just think it's an unfair comparison. Yes, De Bruyne has won for Manchester City, but if you watch the game and you understand the game, Martin Odegaard is a different kind of beast. He sees passes that your typical midfielders don't see. The way he reads the game, the way he sees the game, the way he plays the game, is an orchestra, he's a conductor. That's the kind of midfield I want. I don't want someone who just spamming crosses. No, I'm not trying to throw shade at De Bruyne, but I don't just enjoy the unfair comparison made by this generation of football watchers who just think if you're spamming crosses and some of them are coming off as assists, you're a superior player. I don't see football that way. But if you enjoy football in totality, you will enjoy Martin Odegaard. So that's why he's our captain, he's our key player in our midfield. He knits these things together and gives us a different level of security and maturity in the game. So Brighton, they'll do their thing. They'll huff and puff as usual. Even because they are at home, I expect a few of your players who are coming back from injury. Insisio is a dangerous lad. That youngster is a dangerous lad. We have to keep an eye on him. Make sure we mark him properly. I still expect us to win. I expect us to beat Brighton away, even though they mentioned that Brighton can be a tricky customer, which is true. Brighton can actually what would be the right word? Be the banana skin to our parade. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. We have too much writing on that game, and I think we have too much quality that Brighton cannot hurt us unless we decide to self-sabotage. The only thing I feared about this match is Arsenal players self-sabotaging. If Arsenal players keep their eyes on the prize, if Arsenal players are keen on winning this match, they will win this match convincingly, in my humble opinion. Oxmoto comes in on that chat. Brighton striker Ferguson, they price 100 million, but never heard of him making noise. Once you are English, the English tax comes into the conversation. Like, how can it be 100 million and he doesn't start? That Welbeck starts ahead of him. Joao Pedro started ahead of him, but it's 100 million. So I don't go to transfer rumors right now, but it's just crazy. Ferguson for me is overrated. He's a decent youngster that might have a higher ceiling, but I've not seen enough from him. We say he's Irish, okay, Irish, which is close to being English too. So yeah, potato. It's almost the same thing. So thanks for the correction, dude. But he is not that guy. Is overrated because it can't be worth 100 million and it doesn't start. It don't start ahead of Danny Welbeck. How much Danny Welbeck worth? It don't start ahead of Joao Pedro if Joao Pedro is fit. So it's just hype, all this link to Arsenal. I don't think it will come to fruition because I don't expect Arsenal to silly go and pay 100 million for a player who doesn't start for Brighton. That would be one of the dumbest deals to happen. When some of these links happen, I just laugh. I understand X, which is Twitter, people who are dead for traction and they will post anything to get traction and engagement. But come on, how are we going to pay 100 million for a player that doesn't start for Brighton? How? No, make it make sense. Think about it. Why will Arsenal pay 100 million plus for a player that doesn't start for Brighton? The player that Danny Welbeck starts ahead of. So now I don't see it. I'm sorry, I do not just see it coming to fruition. So let's talk about potential players to start. Thomas Partey had 67 minutes against Luton. He looked decent. I think Thomas Partey looked more than decent. Just athletically, he's not still there. We have to understand that was his 4th game this season. Thomas Partey has been long out on treatment table for a long time. He looked a bit rusty, but you can see the passing in between the lines there. The idea is still there. The fact that I love Declan Rice. Trust me, I don't think there's a better tackling DM in the league that can actually go pound for pound when it comes to tackling Declan Rice. But when it comes to a DM that can pass, that reads the game like a 10, Thomas Partey is on another level. So when Thomas Partey plays for us, he's an influential player in our midfield. So I like to see him get more game time against Brighton. He has 60s. He has 67 minutes against Luton. Hopefully, he can make it to 80 minutes because I would love Thomas Partey to play against Bayern. We need him. We need to get some game time into the legs of Thomas Partey. So let's see how many minutes. Hopefully, Arteta will start him against Brighton. Then Tomiyasu too. Tomiyasu needs some game time. He came in, I think, for 20 to 15 minutes against Luton. We need more game time to Tomiyasu's legs. We saw against Man City, he was looking a bit rusty. Then against Luton, it looked better, but we still need to give him some game time into his leg to make him fit to negotiate the games we are going to play in the Premier League and the Champions League moving forward. So, Gabriel Jesus did not start against Luton. He didn't even come on. So hopefully he'll get a start, even though we played very, very well against Manchester City. So it's time for us to get some game time into Gabriel Jesus. It's funny that some of us are actually trying to discard of Gabriel Jesus because we have a new shining toy in Kai Havertz. Fans are extremely fickle and ungrateful sometimes. So because Kai Havertz is doing well, the same Kai Havertz, 80% of you were calling a donkey. You said Kai Havertz, a lot of you are saying was Chelsea reject, and some of you were collaborating and corroborating the ugly stories of Chelsea. Suddenly, you don't see Jesus anymore. It's not Kai Havertz you want. Interesting. So no, I don't share that sentiment at all. I think Jesus is still an integral part of our squad. I understand his injuries are very frustrating. Yeah, he's not a little striker, but his collaborative play. And the way he knits the front together without Jesus, Saka and Martin are not scoring kind of goals they are scoring. So Jesus is still a key player for Arsenal, regardless of what the mainstream want to make you believe, or some fans will be pushing, saying that, oh, we've moved ahead, we've evolved. I heard something, if you evolve past Jesus and Zinchenko. No, we've not. I understand Zinchenko can be that player that frustrates, is clumsy. I'm not saying Zinchenko is not clumsy. Well, if not involved passing, there are games you need Zinchenko to come in, play that left back, invert in the midfield, give us another level of creativity, give us a needed dynamism that other teams will struggle against. Sometimes you need different profiles of players in your team. You need different profiles. So let's not come with this nonsense. Oh, we've evolved past this. Oh, Jesus is not there. Let's go and get a let's simmer down. I know we might have to get a striker in the summer, but the summer is not here yet. Let's negotiate the few games remaining in the Premier League and the Champions League, right? Let's concentrate at the task at hand. Then we'll talk about the summer later. Shout out to BGD. We should beat Brighton. They have a few players injured. Still not going to be an easy game. Definitely, the Brighton, a tricky customer. Now, we should be beating them, definitely, provided we do not self-sabotage. The only reason some of us will be afraid of Brighton is because we might self-sabotage and take our eyes off the ball. If we don't do that, Brighton will huff and puff. They will press aggressively in the first 20 minutes. They will run at us. They will want to stifle us. But we have the quality to bypass their midfield. We have the quality to pass them out. They are not a defensive team. They cannot be defensively solid. Do not fall for the fact that they had a 0-0 draw against Brentford. That's the one-off. That's the abnormality. That's the exception that doesn't prove the rule. Brighton always concede goals, and I expect them to concede a few goals against us on Saturday, even though at their gap. So I'm not technically afraid of Brighton, provided players don't take them for granted. Oxymoto says that Jesus should start in the right wing. Sorry about that. On the right wing, if Saka is not available. If Saka is not available, no problem. I don't mind Jesus actually starting on the right wing. But I think Saka will be available. We know these games Arteta plays. I think Saka will be available. He was going to train after the press conference. I think Saka will be available for this game. We've not heard of any significant injury Saka is carrying. So we know Saka is a very durable player. We're always saying, oh, he might be carrying something, he's injured, and you see him play the next game. I think he was rested for the Luton game because, come on, we should beat Luton without Saka. So I think Saka will be available for this game to play. And if not available, Jesus can do a fantastic job on the right wing, and Martinelli will sit on the left, and Kai Havertz will be in the middle. So we still have more than enough in the squad to actually successfully negotiate Brighton, in my humble opinion. 1 minute. So let's look at potential. What do you guys think the scoreline will be? So let's do our predictions. What do you think the scoreline will be? Because I'm looking at the game. Can we score a few goals if Brighton let us do? Maybe we can increase our goal difference. We saw yesterday Liverpool scored, they beat Sheffield United 3-1. Even though if you watch the game, the score line they flattered Liverpool a little bit because when Sheffield United actually equalized, I was like, maybe, just maybe Sheffield United can do us a favor. But as usual, the quality of Liverpool came through. So yeah, Oxymoto is predicting a 3-0 victory. Yeah, I'm going for. I think I did. I'll go for a 4-0. I think we have more than enough to actually beat Brighton comprehensively and keep a clean sheet. For me, I like the habit which Arsenal is beginning to inculcate of clipping clean sheets. See, once you make that a habit, it's a healthy habit to have. If you make keeping clean sheet a healthy habit, and with the kind of quality we have in our midfield and attack, victories will be coming easily. That is one of the reasons I think we will win the league. The habit of defending and keeping clean sheets. So for Arteta to be able to convince those attacking-minded players to actually do their defensive shift of the ball is just magnificent. Arteta doesn't get enough plaudits and credit for that. That those are our attacking players can actually put in a fantastic defensive shift. So keeping clean sheets is a healthy habit. We have 11 clean sheets, and it's surprising that the mainstream is not talking about it. If Man City or Liverpool had 11 clean sheets, trust me, Sky Sports will be reminding us every day. Talk Sport will remind us of that every day. But Arsenal has 11 clean sheets. Nah, let's turn our noses. Let's turn our noses. We won't talk about it. But if Liverpool was having 11 clean sheets, they were telling about how great Alisson is. Oh, he's the best goalkeeper. Oh, how Van Dijk and Konate and Kwanzaa are fantastic. Arsenal has 11 clean sheets. Nobody want to talk about it. Raya has 11 clean sheets. I don't want to talk about it. If the clean sheets Arsenal has was because Ramsdale was our goalkeeper, trust me, the media will be reminding us how fantastic Ramsdale is because it's English. So Raya has 11 clean sheets. Let's keep it hush hush. I find it very, very interesting how the media works, how the UK media works. Like I was saying the other time, I think the media is the new weapon of mass destruction. They can dumb you down. They'll push hyperbole. They push agendas. Not true. Like Raya has 11 clean sheets. A keeper on loan from Brentford. Nobody wants to talk about it because he's not Ramsdale. He's not an English darling. Let's keep it hush hush. Arsenal has 11 clean sheets. Arsenal is not a media friendly club. Let's keep it quiet. Let's keep it hush hush. If that's for Liverpool or Man City, they will throw it into our face every day, twice on Sunday, how they are keeping clean sheets. They will. But it is what it is. It is what it is. BJ is predicting 2-0. I think we'll beat Brighton without Saka. He should be rested because Bayern is a must win at home. Yeah, we rested him against Luton. We should rest him against Brighton too. These are professional players. I understand sometimes we fans want the best for our players, but at the same time, we want players to be sharp. If you rest Saka against Brighton, resting against Luton, rest against Brighton, he might lose a bit of sharpness, right? You can see with Partey, you can see with Smith Rowe, it's taking them a long time to be sharp and fit. Being fit doesn't mean you're sharp. So I understand that we are kind of, how do I put it? We are kind of nervous about injuries, but injuries are part of the game. Players are not totally injury free. No, it's not possible. Football is a contact game. They carry a bit of a nego here and there. It's part of the game. So I understand what you're saying, but I do not agree. I think if Saka can get at least maybe 20 minutes, get him sharp for Bayern. He's not injured. Nobody, McAllister has not come out to say he's injured because I watched some excerpts of his press conference he just had regarding the Brighton game before I came on this live stream. He didn't say Saka is injured. So you say it's not fit. It's not fit doesn't mean it's kind of a significant injury. So I think we can beat Brighton. I agree with you without Saka, but I still need him to play a few minutes to make sure he's sharp for Bayern. Because like I said, Bayern is a must win at home, and I agree with you 100%. Keep all the good. Oh, shout out to my guy, Go with the Flow. How you doing, my brother? How you doing this morning? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Go with the Flow comes on that chat. I think this game could be a tricky one for us. It's a tricky one if we do not take Brighton seriously. But if we go with the mindset of how Arsenal have been going, the mindset with the quality we have in our first 11, and on our bench, for me, Brighton, they are not in contest. Like Brighton will hop and puff. Brighton play beautiful football on the ice, aesthetically playing football. They have decent players, but they cannot defend. They're a leaking basket, they're a leaking fridge. They will concede goals to. So I don't really fear Brighton that much because of the quality and the mentality and the focus of our team. That is why I do not actually fear Brighton. Raya, been in the UK since 16. If you hear him talk, he's basically British, like Bellerin. But yeah, he might be there, but he's still Spanish. They will not treat him the way they will treat their traditional English bloke, right? They will not treat him. Come on, Ramsey is a typical traditional English bloke, so they will never give a Raya the kind of credit they will give to Ramsey. This happens. I'm not against it. I'm just calling it out, right? I understand nepotism is part of life. We all have our preferences, right? I can never dog you out for your preferences. I'm just calling that there is double standard, because if the 11 clean sheets Arsenal has was because of Raya Ramsey in our goalpost, they will actually herald it more and be speaking about it more in the media. But because it's Raya, somehow they're just keeping it hush hush, which is for me very, very unfair. Funny thing that they are now calling. Funny thing they are now calling for holding world class because it's called a hat trick. That's a tricky conversation. I don't like to talk about, because I just think the world is I don't know whether it's the food, the education, or the home training. People are just stupid. A lot of people are stupid, because for me, I've seen this before. I'm sure if you check my library, you've seen videos that I've made about it. I've seen it before, because a player has a purple patch or is world class. Saka is so horrible that once a Man City player is having a good time, a Man player is having a good time, a Chelsea player is good, they want to compare him to Saka. But he's not. I'm not saying Saka is world class. So you're saying these players are better than him. Why do you compare your players to him if they're better than him? It don't make no sense to me. Saka is this fake star boy. He's not good enough. Okay, I agree. So why do they compare their players? Once their players having the purple patch, it's called hard to, they don't want to resume this conversation. And secondly, Phil Foden is so world class that up till now, he doesn't have a guaranteed position in the English team and Pep's team. Make it make sense. He's so world class. He doesn't have a set in stop position. Today he's playing midfield. Tomorrow he's playing on the wing. Maybe tomorrow he'll play as a left back. He does not make no sense to me. Palmer scores a hat-trick yesterday. All the Chelsea fans come out. Oh, he's better than Saka. And I'm looking at, he's playing in a very piss-poor Chelsea team. Like, he's playing, see, he's like in the land of the blind. The one Iron Man, he's king. He's playing a piss-poor Chelsea team. So I'm not going to actually entertain that nonsense. If they want to run with that conversation, do you? I'm not interested. See, for me, Saka, I've always said it. I don't think he's world class, but he's a top player. He can improve. But these other Pharisees they're comparing to him is also part. I've seen Ross Barkley was supposed to be the next best thing. Ross Barkley is playing at Luton. I've seen Rodwell was supposed to be the next best thing. Rodwell, we don't know where he is. I've seen Dele Ali. Dele Ali was supposed to be the next best thing. Where's Dele Ali in rehab? See, I've seen this before. So this is not new to me. So when these young fans are getting overly excited, some of them are doing for clicks. Some of them are doing to grow their channel. So I'm just there to argue needless argument and banter on different panels. I just look at it like, nah, I ain't taking you serious. I'm not taking that serious, because I've seen a pattern when these purple patches happen and they hype these players to high heavens, and these players nosedive. I just mentioned a few names: Ross Barkley, right, playing at Luton; Rodwell, we don't know where he is in obscurity; Dele Ali in rehab. I can mention a long list of players. Federico Makeda all these players were overhyped. Saka has been doing this for the last 5 years. Palmer has not shown consistency. He left Man City, went to a piss poor Chelsea. It looks like a bright star. So we're going to compare him to someone who has done it for the last 5 years. I think you're insane. I think people are insane. We have Foden, who is in a very good Man City team. So we are now value embellishing him because he's winning trophies. We Man City don't win the same trophies if without Paul Palmer. They will win those trophies without Paul Palmer. You compare him to Saka that is very, very key and instrumental in an Arsenal team. See, the conversation doesn't make sense. the conversion doesn't make sense. So it is what it is. Shout out to Iki for actually you successfully pushed me to discuss this issue because I refuse to make content about it anymore. I'm tired of it. I think it doesn't make no sense. From good player wrestling players, sometimes it's not a good thing. The more they play, the more the more they play, sorry, they become better, especially when they're on good form. I agree with you 100%. Shout out to Go With The Flow. He said Foden is not world class. I said it, both Foden and Saka are not world class. They are top class players who can improve. I don't know the standard for people calling people world class these days. As the barrier has dropped so much. Foden is not world class. Saka, I love him to death. He's a national player. He's not world class. These are top class players. World class is Mbappe. I'm sorry. Everybody someone has a purple patch, does a few flick and tricks. Oh, he's world class. Let's stop it. Simmer down. I understand people just want to trigger a lot of people to have tractions, but let's just be sensible. Someone having a purple patch or having a good form doesn't make them automatic world class. Calm down, watch them for a period of time. Now, there's some players that I can say you can see them once and know they're world class. Those are the Messi type of players, Mbappe type of players. That once you see them, you know that this is they pass the eye test well, and you can see statistics matching the eye test. But other players, you need to watch them for an extensive period of time to make a sound, pronounced judgment, in my opinion. Said Kobe Mino is one season away from becoming world class. Exactly. Exactly. Kobe Mino does a few shimmies that in a bad Manchester United midfield is now world class. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. Palmer is 2 goals behind Haaland, but most of his goals are penalties. See, I'm not saying Palmer is not a good player, but world class is crazy. You know what world class is? you know what? It's funny that people in the UK, the media, their pundits, their former players, they are all clowns. They are all clowns. Someone has a purple patch, he's world class. You can't actually wait for verification to know, okay, that's whether he can repeat this feat consistently. No, he's world class. Palmer is playing a bad Chelsea team. What do you think? You look decent. Like, he's playing a bad Chelsea team. Why don't you wait till next season and see whether Palmer can repeat what he has done this season? Then we can have a conversation. Then the third season, then you can say maybe there's something there. But just this season is world class. I remember I was telling people, Dele Alli, calm down. He's not world class. Let's calm down. But where is Dele Alli today? I'm not trying to shit on a player, but it's just the truth. Where is Dele Alli today? Dele Alli should be 24, 25. Where is he? They overhyped him too. Oh, he's world class. Goal scoring midfield. Where is he today? No, stop it. Nah. Thank you for putting on my comment. Exactly what I think about big hypocrisy. One hand, they are calling for the world class, but Saka is not. For me, see, both players are not world class. Both Saka and Foden are not world class. They are very good players who can maybe someday reach that echelon of world class, but they are not world class. They are very, very good players, right? And Foden is more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but Saka is more efficient. I can admit that watching Phil Foden is more aesthetically pleasing to the eye to watch than Saka, but Saka is more effective and Saka is more impactful in the game. So which one do you want? If you those are who have. I used to watch Ricardo Quaresma. He does all these tricks and tricks. He's like a showboat footballer. But what is the end product? I want you to showboat sometimes, but you still have to have end product to it. You still have to have what would I call affect and impact your team. Just showboating for the sake of showboating is useless. So Phil Foden aesthetically plays to the eye, but he is not more effective than Saka. There's a reason why Southgate still prefer, even though I don't rate Southgate, still prefer Saka to Phil Foden on the wings, right? There's a reason why you cannot say Pep is the greatest manager, but somehow he cannot find or tell us Phil Foden's best position. You see, someone needs to, you need to explain to me that on one hand, you tell us boldly, oh, Pep is this. And I admit, Pep is fantastic manager, arguably the best at the moment, but somehow Pep is struggling with with Phil Foden's position. Pep didn't struggle with Messi's position. He didn't struggle with Eto's position. He didn't struggle with Henry's position. But when it comes to Phil Foden, he struggled. I was going to say it again. Phil Foden is a very glorified utility player at best. People don't like it, but that's my opinion. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's a very fantastic utility player. And when a utility player, are you really world class? Are you really, really world class? You're a utility player. I don't know. So we pivoted a little bit, discuss coming from Brighton versus Arsenal, right? To Phil Foden, to world class or not world class. Shout out to all of you for making this very, very interactive, from Go With The Flow to Jeffrey Ige to Oximato to Frederick Essien. I think I missed out on this message from Frederick. Good morning, guys. Just join the stream. Hope you've not missed a lot. You didn't miss a lot. And if you missed a lot, you can watch it on the playback quickly, so you can catch up with what you missed. So you guys didn't miss a lot so much. So on me rounding up on this stream, we have to beat Brighton tomorrow. It's a must. We cannot afford a slip up. Let me see. Let me take this out. Give me a moment. We have to beat Brighton tomorrow. We can't afford a slip up. It's a title race. So we can't be the first person to blink. We know Brighton are a tricky customer, but we have the quality in the first 11 and on the bench to lay Brighton figuratively to rest at their home turf. So I'm expecting a 4-0 win. Let me know what you guys, let me know your prediction in the comment section. You're watching the playback. Make sure you strike a like on the video you're watching the playback. I'll be here tomorrow to do an early morning stream, match day early morning stream. Hopefully we'll be geared for that. And I'm thinking about something, guys. I might do a X or Twitter hangout where we can actually have a conversation. Me and Mr. Efosa. Hopefully, let me see if I can put my Twitter on the screen for you guys to. Let me see. Give me a moment to follow, so we can do a hangout on Twitter. Give me 1 sec. Now that I want it to load. Now why it's taking forever? Why are you taking forever? So give me 1 sec. I'm going to just put this. Let me share my screen. So yes, this is my Twitter. So you should do a bit of a hangout maybe tomorrow where we can talk about Arsenal and other issues. Very important. This is my Twitter, Arsenal Present. Go and follow me there so we can actually do a hangout there. We'll have conversations, and Mr. Ifosa will be moderating with me. So guys, let's try and get it. The Twitter, go there. That's my Twitter, Arsenal Present. That's my Twitter. So let's go there. Follow me, and let's see we can have another conversation on that platform. Very, very important too. So guys, shout out to everybody that have made this stream interactive. I'll be here tomorrow morning on match day by God's grace. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. Stay safe out there. What more? Keep supporting us now. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.